Time for a garden update because I haven't done one in a while. And as you'll see, if you compare to last video, the garden phlox is really coming in. The butterfly bush, I've trimmed it back quite a bit because it's kind of all scraggly, but it's super tall. The flowers, they won't come in for a while. But the honey locust is starting to bloom. And I'm excited about that because it smells so nice for a couple weeks that they're in bloom. But normally my garden update, I can say it's been X weeks since I planted, but I kind of staggered this year because I replaced the garden. So the lettuces were done 7 weeks ago. I just looked at my thing. The peas on here were 6 weeks ago, and the peas on the trellis and everything else was about 5 weeks. So let me show you everything and how it looks. The lettuces have been amazing so far this year. Just crazy amount. I've been picking them just about every single night for salads, but everything is just growing perfect. It hasn't gotten too hot. We've had the right amount of rain, and then I've been watering in between the rain, but look at that one. Isn't that so pretty? And I really love this one. But they all taste great. I've been making salad. Look at that romaine. It's humongous. But I've been making salads, and I don't even put a lot in there. I just put a little bit of salad dressing, maybe some mushrooms that I bought from the store, but it doesn't need much because they have lots of flavor. These are some little microgreens. I believe it's arugula in here. Yep, that's arugula. And a couple other things. Then let's move over to the raised bed. These beets I wasn't sure about because they looked kind of rough looking, but now they're starting to look a little better. And I think I need to thin them out because I think some of them it's actually 2 plants. Next to them we have the red kale, which is doing really great. I'm not a huge kale fan, but I really like the red kale. It's not too strong tasting, and I pick the leaves when they're smaller and they're sweeter. And then of course Brontosaurus is guarding. We've got some green onions that are ready to pick. Look how tall they are already. Holy cow, look at that. Then we've got the peas, and they are making their climb up the windmill quite nicely. I come out here every couple of days and just kind of guide them. What's funny is they've been grabbing onto these onions, so I have to redirect them. But yeah, they're doing really well. Okay, something trampled my onions there. Probably a squirrel. More onions. These are Brussels sprouts, and these are doing great. These also looked a little scraggly at the start, but now they're filling in really nice. More peas here. I'm not sure why this guy in the middle has such a lead over the other ones. This was a repurposed trellis that I had on my old bed, and all I had to do, it's not even attached at the bottom, I just wedged it into the frame and it's staying perfectly, so that's pretty awesome. And I just put a new string trellis on here. This is my raspberry bush, raspberry shrubs rather, that I've done nothing to. Ooh, that is some morning glory I need to remove that's wrapping around there. I have neighbors behind me that never weed, and so things come through my fence and it annoys me. But anyway, these come back every year, and they have just come back in crazy. I did trim them back a bit, of the dead stalks, but that's all I've done, and then this just all filled in like that. Isn't that crazy? That's the initial bed there, but then it's spread over to here where I used to have a little bench. These are some yellow potatoes, and I couldn't get to the farm supply store to get the potato tubers, but I realized that if I just bought organic potatoes that weren't spread with a growth inhibitor, that they would sprout. So they are starting to sprout. There's a couple there and several over here. You can just barely see them poking through. So they take a while to initially sprout, but then they'll grow pretty quickly. And the weather's been great. It hasn't been too hot. We've had intermittent rain and then sunshine, so things are just cranking along really well. So, ooh, somebody's got a fire going, or a fire pit. It smells really good. But there is the garden. I just love that raised bed frame. It's just so cool. Let's head over here. The blueberries, these are plants I planted a while ago. There's some weird grass going through here. These have never gotten me a ton of berries, but they're cute. But there seems like a lot this year. A lot of berries. This is my squash patch, and it's really starting to grow in here. We've got cucumber, we've got yellow zucchini, and we've got green zucchini. And these won't spread a whole lot, not like the pumpkins. I grew these same ones last year, and I think it was a total of 40 yellow and green zucchini. I was sharing them with everybody. This is my strawberry patch, and it had been taken over by these awful weeds, but I got the weeds out of there, and now they are doing great. They're not being choked out by these stupid weeds, but you can see there's all kinds of berries coming in here. So just like last year, I'm gonna have a crazy amount of strawberries very soon. So give it another, probably a couple weeks to a month, and I'll start picking. Actually, some of these even sooner than that, because look at that, they're already starting to turn red. I did have, this is kind of a disaster here. This was some more snow peas, but this gutter apparently is clogged, and when we had the torrential downpour, see how it just wore away that soil? So I was wondering why these looked so overwatered, and there's my answer. So I don't know if I can take this gutter off and see if I can unclog it or what, or I need to move these peas, but yeah, they're just looking sad. Let's see, what else I got? Oh, just some flowers. We got some random petunias here. I have some interesting fuchsia this year. This green, see the red plants there? Those are the ones I planted. The green ones were from last year. I didn't even know fuchsia could survive winter, but apparently some of them did. Isn't that weird? So I've got 2 types of fuchsia will be here. Oh, and look who's in the window. Hi, Rudy Patu. He's finally not afraid of me in the window. When I walked up before, he would see me and run like, Mommy's evil doppelganger wants to kill me. But now he just is curious about me being out here. Hello, my love. But that is my garden. I hope you guys have planted some stuff to munch on. Especially awesome, even if you just have an apartment and a little bit of space to put a bucket outside or a couple little planters. Plant some lettuces. They're super easy to plant. You can even just grow them from seed, or you can buy starts like I do, and then you get to just walk outside and pick your salad right before you eat it, which is so amazing. And peas too, if you've got any kind of vertical space to grow. You can throw a string trellis on a fence, or grow up a windmill like this, or stakes. You can also take 3 bamboo stakes and make kind of a teepee shaped trellis for them to grow up. But they're really fun to grow, and I love once it'll end up covering this whole windmill like it did last year. So happy planting, and take care, everyone.